Hi there, welcome to live stream Yoga with Louise, tips and cues to keep you safe and strong on the mat. Today's yoga class is all about tuning into what's going on inside your body and inside your mind. I'd like you to look for opportunities during today's class to take your focus inward and really listen to what's happening inside. As always, play when you're comfortable, modify if you need to, rest whenever you need to. You ready? Let's hit the mat. We're going to start off for today's class in a supine position. Make your way down onto the mat, lying comfortably on your back. And then as you ease your way onto your back, I'd like you to make a needle-like shape with your body. Extend your legs long and lengthened. There's a soft pointedness to your toes, and I'd like you to sandwich the arms alongside your body, keeping a comfortable neutral spine. Lengthen through the body as much as you can. Make yourself as tall and as slim as you can. Then start to relax and soften the body, closing your eyes, taking your focus inward, giving me a soft corpse-like or shavasana-like position with the arms softly at your side, palms looking up to the sky, feet softly splayed out. Create a pocket of silence, close your eyes, take your focus inward. Maybe noticing the pattern of your breath, making it long and soft. Take this opportunity, this little pocket of silence, to still the noise within and without. Start tuning in to what's happening within you. Give yourself a couple of moments of stillness. Then gently flutter open the eyes and think about tracing a little snow angel on the mat, opening up the arms and the legs and then closing them as if you were lying in a blanket of snow and trying to create a little angel. Just softly sliding the feet and the arms out to the side and back. Then end back with the arms at your side. Rotate the palms in so that they're gently caressing the mat. Keeping that length and that softness through the toes, I'd like you to just think of lifting your head off the mat and looking softly down towards your toes. Maybe sliding your fingertips slightly closer towards the front edge of your mat as you just pause here and hold. Getting a little release into the neck. Then gently bleed your head and your shoulders back to the mat. Bend your knees and connect the soles of the feet to the mat as if you were setting yourself up for a bridge line. Feet and knees are about hip width distance apart, and you've got a comfortable neutral spine. Close your eyes once more and create that little pocket of stillness. Looking for that opportunity for inward reflection, really listening to what's happening within inside you. Keeping the eyes closed or maybe gently fluttering your eyes open. On each inhale, you're going to float the arms overhead, reaching long through your fingertips as if you wanted to touch the sky. On the exhale, softly float the arms back to your start position. Do that a few times, inhaling to raise the arms up and then exhaling to drop them at your side. Moving with ninja-like stillness and stealth. Staying here or starting to articulate up into a bridge line as you float the arms overhead. and then gently bringing yourself back down to the mat. To articulate up into the bridge, tilt your pelvis to the 12 o'clock position, imprint your lower back, and then start peeling up one vertebra at a time, just connecting your bum from the mat, hiking your hips up nice and high towards the ceiling, and then leaning with the back of your ribs on the exhale to peel back down to your start position. Find a gentle flowing rhythm of your own, making sure to keep your feet and your knees hip-width distance apart, with your chin dropped softly towards your chest so that you don't inadvertently tweak your neck. Let's do that one more time, moving with your breath. As you touch back down after your last bridge, extend the legs long and lengthened. Arms are softly at your side, palms down into the mat. Reach long through the toes. Scoop to peel your head and your shoulders off the mat and look down towards your toes, finding a soft contraction in the core, flattening your belly as much as you can. So think belly down and out to the side of your hips. Hold. Then gently reconnect your head and your shoulders to the mat. Float your arms into a soft T-frame, palms looking down to the mat. Keeping your legs just soft and relaxed at first. Take a big breath in. And on an exhale, flop your head off center to the left and pause here. Just telling yourself to let go of any tension in the collar and the neckline. Inhale and float your chin back to neutral. Exhale to drop your head off center to the right. Inhale to draw back to center. Let's do that twice more to each side. Exhaling as you drop your head off center. Pausing, looking for that release. Inhale to come back. Maybe you'd even like to close your eyes as you play with this little release through the neck. Finding that opportunity, that little pocket of stillness to listen. To still your busy, busy mind. To cut off all outside distractions. Staying here or changing the movement slightly by bending your knees. Think wide bridge this time. So take your feet and line them up with the outer quadrant of your mat. Take a big breath in to prepare, and on the exhale, drop both knees to your right while you float your head to the left. Just make both knees as heavy as you can and pause here, getting a nice little stretch into the back. Inhale and bring both knees back to neutral. Exhale, drop both knees to the left while you look to the right. Let's do 2 more sets. Inhaling for the center line, and then exhale to drop and hold. Make sure that your head is moving in the opposite direction to your knees. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale to drop and pause. Inhale for center. Exhale to drop. After you've completed your last drop, heel toe your feet in. Extend the legs long and lengthened. Float the arms alongside your body, palms looking down to the mat. Keep that sense of almost reaching through the toes. Leg line beautifully long. Scoop to peel up off your shoulders, looking down towards your toes and allowing the hands to just slide closer towards the top end of your mat. Then as you reconnect your head and your shoulders to the mat, allow the arms to softly splay up, so palms looking up, and then set yourself up in a little Pilates V with the heels together, inner thighs rotated out and your big toes looking up to the ceiling. Focus on your right leg only. Keep the turnout position on the left. You're going to bend the right knee, take the knee out to the side of the room, and then draw the knee back in towards the center line. At first, try to keep your right foot softly caressing the mat at all times. So at this stage, you're not lifting the foot entirely off the mat. You're just gently externally rotating through the hip, keeping your belly button as heavy as you can to center. Last one like this. And then think of floating your foot off the mat, keeping your leg bent the whole time as you trace that little circular release. Still working in the same direction, externally rotating and bringing it back. Keeping the bend in your knee the whole time. End with the knee drawn along the center line, maybe cupping both hands around your knee and just hug your knee in towards your chest. Exhaling as you draw the knee in, inhaling to allow the knee to draw away from your chest. Give yourself a couple of knee hugs. Then hug in as tight as you can. Scoop to peel up off the shoulders, looking down towards the edge of your mat. Extend the right leg up to the ceiling, bracing around the back of your leg, keeping a soft toe line as you kick the leg up towards the sky. Then maybe try for a flat foot and see how that changes the way that you experience the stretch. Extend and hold. And maybe see if you can peel your shoulders and your head back down to the mat. Then unbind from the back of your leg. Extend both legs long and lengthened. Arms at your side, palms looking up. And set yourself up in that little V position. Heels together, toes looking to the corner of the mat. Focus on your left leg. Bend your left knee. Take it out to the side of the room and then draw it back towards the center line. For your first couple of revolutions, keep your foot softly connecting the mat at all times. So there's always a portion of your left foot that's gently caressing the mat as you begin to circle and extend. One more like this. End with the knee bent. Keep the whole limb on the left hovering. Keep the knee bent as you take that little circular trace out to the side of the room and back to center. Then hug the knee in towards your chest. On the exhale and on the inhale, allow the knee to draw away. End with a tight little knee hug. Scoop to peel up off the shoulders as if you wanted to tap your knee towards your nose. Then maybe brace around the back of your thigh on the left and just begin dynamically bending and extending the leg. Keep your toe line soft at first, and then when you're ready, try a gentle brace into your foot and see how that changes your stretch. And with the leg extended, see if you can reconnect your head and your shoulders gently to the mat and hold that stretch. Bring yourself back into a neutral position. Legs are long and lengthened. Arms at your side, palms down. Keep that sense of lengthening through your toes and your legs as you scoop to peel up off the shoulders, looking down towards your toes. Then maybe gently bracing into your feet and holding that stretch for a few more soft counts. Gently release yourself back to the mat. Bend both knees, connect the soles of the feet as if you were coming into a bridge line, and then set up a gentle figure 4 on the right. Take your right ankle, rest it on the left thigh, allowing the right knee to softly splay out to the side of the room so that your legs resemble a figure 4. Maybe closing your eyes for a moment, finding that little pocket of silence, making your breathing long, soft, and even, making the right knee heavy away from the center line. Keeping your eyes closed, or maybe gently fluttering your eyelids open, you're going to keep that figure 4 position, and you're going to dynamically draw the left knee towards your nose. Pause for a second or two. Inhale to tap back out. Exhale to lift the left foot off the mat. You're going to play with that movement dynamically, syncing it to your inhalation and your exhalation cycle. You're going to end holding the left leg at table. See if you can hold that frame while dynamically bending and extending through the left leg. Hands are at your side, palms softly pushing into the mat. End back in your tabletop line. Scoop to peel up off the shoulders. Relax your left heel totally. See if you can scoop to wrap around either the left shin, or if that's too much, maybe just around the back of your left thigh. Then peel your head and your shoulders softly back down to the mat and take a few gentle breaths here. Try to keep your chin line and your neckline as soft and as relaxed as you can manage. Then unbind from your shin or the back of your thigh and slip the right leg over the left as if you were sitting cross-legged on a couch. Just keep your toes soft and relaxed. Scoop to peel up off the shoulders and see if you can reach for the toes. And then just hug all 10 toes in towards your chest or your hips, and see if you can bleed your head and your shoulders back to the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths here, holding your modified cow face, Supta Gomukhasana. Then unbind. Tap your big toes to the mat. Gently begin extending your legs, looking for that length through the toes so that you're feeling the front of your feet and your ankles taking a little stretch. Give me the flattest belly that you can, but keep neutral spine. Keep that sense of lengthening through the toes and the legs as you scoop to peel up off the shoulders, looking down towards your toes, reaching softly through your fingertips as if you were aiming for the front of your mat. Then maybe softly bracing into your feet. Relax your body softly back to the mat. Bend your knees, connect the soles of the feet, and set up your figure 4 position on the left. Close your eyes for a few moments. Create a pocket of stillness as you just allow the left knee to be heavy away from your body. Keep your breathing long, soft, and even. Keeping your eyes closed or maybe gently fluttering them open, you're going to start dynamically bringing the right knee to 90 on the exhale, and on the inhale, tapping the foot back to the mat. Maybe using a long, almost sighing exhale, like steam gently escaping from a pot. Trying to end with the right knee at 90, and then begin dynamically extending and bending through the right leg. Draw back into a soft tabletop position on the right. Scoop to peel up off the shoulders, feeding your hands through to wrap around either your right shin or the back of your right thigh. And then gently see if you can reconnect the head and the shoulders to the mat. Trying to relax your chin, your neck, and your jawline as best you can. Then gently think of unwrapping from your shin or the back of your thigh. Drop the arms alongside your body and cross the left leg over the right, as if you were sitting on a couch cross-legged. Scoop to peel up off your shoulders. See if you can reach for the toes. Pull all 10 toes in towards your hips and then reconnect your head and your shoulders to the mat. Try to soften your neckline, your jawline. Try to make your shoulders and your back nice and heavy to the mat. Then, keeping the feet crossed, uncross the knees but cross the feet softly, reaching for your toes. You're going to work a spinal roll, a modified spinal roll, to come into 4-point kneeling. If rolling is not for you today, just stay on your back, maybe rock side to side, and then when you're ready, roll over onto one side and set yourself up in 4-point kneeling. If you're keen to play, hold on to the toes, and then think of making an almost ball-like shape through your body. So you rocking up, hollowing out your belly, rounding out your spine as you rock back, and then using momentum to come back up, almost leaning your weight slightly forward as you find that rocking motion. Maybe giving yourself 4 or 5 gentle rocks. And then on the last one, tucking the feet underneath you, leaning your weight forward, stepping your knees back, and easing your way into 4-point kneeling on the mat. Make sure that you've got yourself set up more or less in the middle of your mat with room to play in front and behind you. And we're going to modify the 4-point kneel today. So you're going to drop down into your elbows. Elbows stacking more or less underneath your armpits. And you can either keep your hands palms down, or for a little bit of a change in the stretch, rotate your palms to gently look up towards the ceiling. We're going to play in cat-cow from this position. On an inhale, I want you to give me more curve through your spine, as if you were dropping your belly to the mat, maybe looking up slightly off the edge of your mat. And then on an exhale, change the shape, hollowing out your belly and rounding out your back, thinking chin to chest. Then begin flowing dynamically between the 2 frames, finding your altered cat-cow chakrabhakasana. And if your practice is advanced, as you find your cat frame, pull up the pelvic floor, squeeze in the diaphragm, apply the chin lock so you're getting a really super contraction. And then release chin lock, diaphragm lock, and pelvic floor. End for me in neutral, somewhere between your cat and your cow. You're going to slide your legs back one at a time, and you're going to ease your way into a sphinx. Palms up or palms down, whichever feels the most intuitive for you. Elbows stacking underneath your armpit. Watch that you're not collapsing into the mat. So slightly try to push off your forearms and your elbows. And then think of nodding a slow yes. So drop your chin to your chest, release that little tension spot on the nape of your neck. And then gently think of floating your chin up as if you wanted to hook it over the edge of your mat. And start nodding a slow yes. Just trying to get rid of that tension in the neck, but still softly pushing off your forearms and your elbow points. Then bring your chin line back to neutral and think of nodding a slow no, as if you wanted to take your chin off center to the left and off center to the right. Come back to neutral. Float the right arm in, either palm up or palm down, or make a little fist. You're going to rotate to the right, either knife edging your feet or stacking one on top of the other and finding a little side plank on the elbow. Hold, try to keep your hips floating off the mat. Feet are either stacked or knife edged. Bleed your way softly back down to the mat into your original Sphinx. And then see if you can draw the knees in. Push back into a modified child, keeping your palms up to the ceiling if you can. Arms are just softly draped on the mat, but the palms are gently looking up to the ceiling. Create a pocket of silence as you come into child pose, balasana. Maybe the big toes are softly touching and the knees are softly splayed out. And relax your hands, palms back down into the mat. Take a few breaths here, breathing as deeply as you can into the back of your rib cage. Ease your way from here back into 4-point kneeling. Drop down onto the elbows, palms looking up, and find your little modified cat-cow. Maybe you'd even like to keep your eyes closed for this little flow sequence, relishing that opportunity for inward listening. End somewhere between your cat and your cow and ease your way into a modified Sphinx, palms looking up, if you can manage it. Make sure that you're not collapsing into the mat, so you're softly pushing off your forearms, looking for that sense of length through the spine. You're going to nod your chin in a slow, yes-like fashion, up and down. Relishing that awesome release into the neck. Bring the chin back into neutral and think of nodding a slow no as you take the chin off center, side to side. Keep looking for that sense of creating as much distance between the ears and the shoulders as you can so that you're really extending through the spine. Ease your chin line back into neutral. You're going to float the left arm in, either palm up or palm down, or make a little fist. You're going to flip your body to the left, either knife edging or stacking one leg on top of the other, and you're going to hold your modified side plank, maybe hand resting on your hip bone. Maybe you'd like to reach for the sky with your top arm. Then bleed your way softly back to the mat. Palms up if you can manage it, and bleed your way into child pose. So maybe just creeping your arms back as you tuck into child. At first, arms are just relaxed, but your palms are gently looking up to the ceiling. And then maybe softly drape your palms down into the mat. Give yourself a couple of quiet moments here to listen. Ease your way from here back into 4-point kneeling and find a down dog frame on the mat. Tuck your toes under, pike your bum up to the sky. If you're feeling really tight when you hit the down dog frame, you can give me a couple of pedals first, keeping your knees tracking forward, and just give the back chain of your legs an opportunity to get that sense of length. And then when you've found it, try to hold your down dog stretch. Think of dropping down as much weight through the heels as you can, almost making a triangular frame between your arms and your legs, pulling your belly button gently into center. And then let's set up a three-legged dog on the right. Bend the right knee slightly. Float the leg up behind you, giving me a soft point to the toe today, maybe even bringing it onto the tips of your fingers, and then stepping through into a warrior one. So think knee to nose on the right, step the right leg up to the inside of the right hand. You can anchor down on that back foot with the foot angled in slightly as you float the arms up towards the ceiling, coming into an almost soft lunge line with the back foot angled in. So you're not out at 90, you've got that back foot slightly angled in, so it feels like both of your hip bones are pointing towards the front end of your mat. Give yourself a couple of moments here, looking for strength in your warrior, Virabhadrasana 1. We're going to find our way from here into a standing split. Float both hands down either side the lead leg, launch off the back leg and float it up to the ceiling. Hands are just cupped comfortably either side of the lead leg. Stay here or begin to play. Bending both knees simultaneously, tapping the back knee to the back calf, and then coming back into your modified standing split. Give yourself a couple of knee to calf taps here. And then end for me with both knees bent, tapping the back knee to the back calf. Then come into a modified forward fold by crossing the left leg behind the right and just folding forward as best you can. Maybe this means you can connect both hands to the mat or your fingertips. Maybe you'd like to rest into a block, or maybe just softly push onto your front shin bone, or maybe the top of your lead thigh. Hold the forward fold that works for you. And then keeping your feet crossed, leading with the back of your ribs, you're going to peel up into a standing frame. Keeping the feet crossed, just drop the arms long and heavy at your side. Then uncross your legs and come into a comfortable samasthiti with your feet stacking gently in parallel. We're going to find our way into dancer on the right side first. You're going to think knee to nose on the right. Brush your right hand down your right shin, reach for the foot, and then drop your right knee heavy towards the floor. On the left, you're going to float the left arm alongside your ear. Holding onto that back foot, but not hugging it into your bum, you're going to kick the foot into the hand as you hinge forward and try to make a tabletop line with your trunk. Don't hug the foot in. Kick it away from your bottom as you come into Dancer Nottarayasana. Peel back up into your start position and find your way into a tree line. Keep your current orientation, so you can either bend the right leg, placing the sole of the foot just to gently wrap around the ankle with the big toe touching the mat, or you can find a halfway mark just below your left knee, or you can bring that foot all the way to the inseam of your stabilizing leg. Find the tree line that works for you, Vriksasana. And just bring your hands to gentle prayer in front of your heart, creating a pocket of stillness, an opportunity to listen. You're going to find your way from here into a warrior two line, leading with your left leg in front. Take a big lunge step back with your right leg, angling out the foot at 90 and windmill your arms open into the T frame. Start palms down, then maybe begin plank, rotating palms up and palms down. Keeping that warrior-like stance, so your back foot is angled at 90. You're reaching long through both sets of hands as you just gently rotate through the forearms. In back in your traditional warrior two, palms are looking down. And keeping this wide stance, we're going to come into a modified triangle. Straighten up your front leg so both legs are extended. Pretend somebody's tugging on your front arm. You're going to lean forward, popping out the back hip, and then you're going to start dropping that lead arm to the lead leg. Maybe just placing the back of your hand on the inseam of the leg and pushing, or maybe dropping your fingertips to the mat or your palms to the mat. You could even use a block just to find purchase on the mat. You're going to think about holding this open triangle, Utthita Trikonasana, for a few quiet inhalations and exhalations. And then when you're ready, you're going to morph this wide triangle into a modified side angle. Bend the lead leg. You can wiggle the back foot slightly further back and try to drop the left hand to the inseam of the left leg. Then start relaxing the back knee and foot. You can rotate slightly in and hold your modified side angle. Then think of gently finding your way from here back into 4-point kneeling. Swinging your left leg back. Find your way to 4-point kneeling and extend the left leg and the right arm up. We're going to play in a little bird dog. On the exhale, you're going to draw the right knee and the right elbow and left knee together and inhale to open back up. You don't physically need to tap the knee and the elbow together. Just softly find a contraction through the core as you draw those two limbs in towards the center line. Find your way back to 4-point kneeling and sit back into child pose. Palms up or down. Create a pocket of stillness. Ease your way back to 4-point kneeling and find your down dog frame. Holding the stretch or pedaling out if you need to. Look for stillness within the pose. Let's find that 3-legged dog on the left. Soften the left knee and kick up the leg gently behind you. Swing through. Back foot angled in slightly at 45 as you peel up into a warrior one, leading with the left leg in front. Both arms just gently framing your ears on either side. Look for strength in your warrior. Bend the front leg and have the back leg extended, trying to root through the whole back foot. From here, we're going to find a standing split. Start dropping your hands either side of the lead leg, transfer your weight off the back leg and gently kick it up behind you. Now begin to play, bending both knees, tapping the back knee to the back calf and coming back into your standing split. Keep belly to spine as you play. You're going to end with the back knee tapping the back calf. Pause. And then cross the right leg behind the left and come into a gentle forward fold, connecting both palms or both sets of fingertips or using a block underneath the hands or just gently bracing on the top shin or the top thigh. Hold the modified Uttanasana that works for you. And then when you're ready, keeping that cross-legged foot line, lead with the back of your ribs and see if you can peel up into a modified standing frame. So a modified mountain, if you like. Dropping the arms long and heavy at your side, keeping that cross foot line. Then step your legs back into parallel. We're going to find dancer on the left. Bend your left knee. Brush your hands down the left leg. Reach for the foot. Drop the left knee towards the floor. Float your right arm alongside your ear. Gently fold forward. Kick the foot into your hand. Bleed your way from here into tree line. Either big toe on the mat or whole foot just below the calf, wrapping around the calf just below the knee line. Or maybe you'd like to take it all the way to the inseam of your stabilizing leg. Once you've found your tree line through the legs, just bring your hands into gentle prayer mudra and give yourself a pocket of silence. Keep your eyes softly trained on a focal point or a drishti on the wall in front of you. When you're ready, you're going to find your way from Vrksasana, tree, into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. You're going to take a big lunge step back with your left leg. You're going to windmill the arms open. Back leg is angled out at 90 this time, and you're dropping down as low as you can through the pelvis. Think of tapping the wall in front and the wall behind, and then gently begin rotating those palms up and down as you play in your Warrior 2 line, reaching long through both sets of fingertips so that you're getting a nice little release into the hands. And back in your traditional warrior and straighten up the front leg. We're coming into a wide triangle, trying to keep that Warrior 2-like stance on the back leg. Pretend somebody's tugging your front arm forward. Hinge, and maybe try to tap your fingertips or your palms to the mat, or maybe you'd like to rest on your shin bone or place a block on the inseam of the leg. Find the wide triangle that's working for you today. Hold your Utthita Trikonasana open triangle. When you're ready, you're going to think about morphing this triangle into a side angle. You're going to bend the lead leg, place the palm down on the ground on the inseam of that leg, maybe surreptitiously slide your back leg further back, hold, and if your hand can't comfortably reach the floor, you could use a block underneath your hand, or maybe just bend that elbow and wrist into your top thigh. Then connect both hands to the mat if you need to rotate on the back foot, relax the back knee, and come into a modified side angle. From here, you're going to think about finding your way into 4-point kneeling. Extend left leg, right arm, and find your little bird dog flow, bringing the knee and the elbow in towards the center line, and then extending back up. Exhaling as the limbs come towards the center line, inhaling to open up. Then ease your way from here into child pose. Palms up if you can manage it. Big toes maybe softly touching, knees softly splayed a little bit wider so that you can comfortably nestle your trunk within the legs and breathe comfortably. Create that pocket of stillness. Then when you're ready, you're going to think of coming back to 4-point kneeling, maybe coming onto the tips of your fingers. You're going to tuck the toes under. You're going to give me a little hop or a step up. Cross the feet behind you. Sitting in Sukhasana. And then just gently finding your way back into your start position in Shavasana. And if you like today, you could even tuck a block or two underneath your feet and elevate the feet as you just relax back down, arms at your side, feet long and lengthened. We're going to end with a little relaxation exercise. If you're not comfortable with lying in Shavasana, you could perhaps just rock up and come to a seated frame of your choice. Whether you're in Shavasana or seated, just relax the arms long and lengthened, palms up, close your eyes, take your focus inward, and try to visualize the scene that I'm going to set for you. You're in an apartment building in a noisy, bustling city. See yourself taking an opportunity to take a breather within your busy day. Lie yourself down on the sofa with your feet propped up. Around you, the bustling sounds of the city are creating just too much of a disturbance for you to be able to still your mind. Reach for a pair of noise-cancelling earphones. As you slip the pads over your ears, relish the quiet. Close your eyes and pretend that you're in a sensory deprivation chamber. Your soft sofa cushions mimicking the water within that chamber, holding your body weightless. Relax totally into the silence. Soften your toes, your feet, your ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees, the tops and the back of your thighs, your bum, your hips, pelvis, belly, chest, your whole back line, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your head. Start to find a gentle inhalation and exhalation cycle, keeping your body soft and totally relaxed. Don't try to control your breathing, just keep it gentle and relaxed. Create that pocket of silence to really listen and tune in to what's happening within your body, within your mind. With that thought, close off your class for today by just nodding your chin to your chest on the words, Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out and joining me today. Hope you enjoyed. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Shoot me your comments below. Make sure your notifications are turned on. Until we meet on the mat again, keep it light.